Well, hello.
Hello.
It's been a long time, and this is our first wedded edit. So get hype. But yeah, we're gonna do an edit. We're gonna do wedded.
So wedded.
Oh god. And that will be our last, I guess, with puns like that.
Divorced?
No. No. Anyways, so T-Rex is one of our finalists, of course. Took me back to days when I read 8 scripts a day. That's pretty hardcore. When you're looking for material within that short amount of time, so you identify what doesn't work. That's how generic most screenplays are. Dealt with cops arriving in a murder scene. 20 opening scenes that dealt with a bank robbery. 15 opening scenes with characters starting their day. It wasn't just the generic nature of the setup, it was the generic nature of the execution. A bank robbery can be a compelling scene, but if you follow the obvious beats, get down on the floor, give me your money, run out and drive away. Anything this exercise taught me the writers are unaware of how much content they're competing with and how much it is to differentiate. That's true. Started very slow. Yeah. It was about hooking me from the very first word and never letting go. I don't know that anyone would slow pan across whatever. Okay. Yeah. I wanted to give these writers a fair shot, so I'd read past the point where I got bored, but every one of those cases I was proven right. The script didn't get better, it almost always got worse. That's frustrating. I feel like this is my fault. To give you some stats, some 80% of strips I didn't get past the first page. I'd say 20% where I kept reading. And the other ones, here, I'll bring the chat over here just in case people jump on. All right. The writer couldn't construct a scene. The writing was a scenario was confusing. The writer was more concerned with setting up characters and entertainment. More concerned with setting up their world. That's very dangerous for sci-fi, fantasy, and fiction as well. There was nothing original or unique about the writing or the situation. The scene was straight up boring. Yeah. Okay. Here are 11 finalists. So we'll see which first pages hook us.
Yeah.
And then we'll pick 2. And we'll write some notes on the first pages on the right side of the screen here. Make sure that this is adjusted so you can see everything. Ooh, just about. Okay. I'll lower that just a little bit so you can see. All right. Late for a flight. Biggest shiznle moment. Man, you smell like bourbon. Mama, why do you smell like bourbon again?
You want some? It's Friday night.
That's true. Maybe I'll have a sippy poo. I wanna be on alert for the first 10 pages though.
That's fair.
Fade in, 2 feet running. Crowded airport terminal. Man yells out, "Move it! Move it!" The crowd desperately parts for the man. Interior, Boston Logan International Airport morning. Focus on the man's feet. Rushing through gate D. Out of the way! Mother pulls back her child. Airly man hobbles out of the way. Look out! Pan up. Paul O'Connor, 35, fraught with dangerous anxiety. Runs past empty ticket counter. Hold the plane. Hold it, lady. The attendant blocks Paul from entering the jetway. Sir, we're already boarded. I need to get on that plane now. Do you know who I am? The attendant stands her ground, looks for airport security. I'm in first class. First class. Paul shoves a wrinkled ticket on her face. The attendant scans his ticket, then quickly reaches for a red phone. Hey, it's me. What's the delay?
The attendant says that?
Yeah.
Huh. I don't get it.
Yeah. It's like he's like, yeah, I guess she's like calling the plane.
Oh, the security maybe.
Yeah, she's calling the red, like the. Yeah. I don't know. I'm gonna say a B. I'm gonna say a B. Mm-hmm. Like it's an interesting setup, but airport running around like feels too actiony and standard sometimes. I like getting surprised. Okay, the Leper Cave, creepiest entry.
Fade in. Interior, Leper Cave, day. Droplets of water drip into small ponds on the cave floor. Condensation accumulated from stalactites. A girl, Scarlet, 12, descends the inner steps that snake down from the mouth of the cave, her slender form silhouetted by the morning light. Half her face hides behind her long hair. Only one of her eyes peers in, searching, waiting and listening. Then she hears it, a rustle and a wheezing, struggling breath. She heads down the remaining steps into the cave, carefully with purpose, as she carries a handled basket at her side. She comes to a sickly, emaciated leper, entombed in bandages, head to toe like a skeleton corpse, prepared for burial. As she kneels next to him, he stirs. So, you came. I promised you I would, wouldn't I?
You did at that, my sweet little Scarlet.
He struggles to raise his trembling hand above his straw bed. His bony fingers coil into a fist as he fails.
I'm not your anything.
I'm not your anything.
Oh, sorry. Oh, but what if I wish it so with all my heart? You think the gods will hear my prayers then?
Kind of weird.
Yeah, I think okay, so maybe we should give some notes on these first pages. I can go back up to the first one. I think in the chase, like a chase scene, let's say late for a flight. A chase is hard to care about if we don't know what you're chasing. I think like it's just momentum, it's just hand wavy, unless it's hand wavy unless something is happening. So we really want to. Yeah, I should scoot that in just a smidge. What if they've set up a fan in the front office, and there's a cooler with piles of ice. That's annoying. Oh my god, it's even more annoying. That's the most annoying ever. Alright. But yeah, we want to know what we're chasing. It's hard for me to care about late for a flight because I don't even know. Like I want a hint. Like my little girl, or no, not Sandra, whatever it is. Like I want like a hint. Like it doesn't have to be like the man is chasing an evil bunny rabbit. Like, just a hint. Is it personal? A daughter? A bomb? Who knows? Or is it just because he's late for the plane, he's freaking out? Creepiest entry. So I like the irony of like we think that she's going to help this person, and she's like this very cold 10-year-old. I think that works really well. Like this
quite makes sense why. Yeah, why?
Or 12-year-old.
What their relationship is. Yeah.
Yeah.
Just kind of confusing.
So it's confusing to you. Interesting. Okay.
I mean, she's like bringing him a basket, but then I don't know why with too much warmth, is that supposed to be like rapey or?
Yeah.
Or if he's just like being over the top nice, and then she's like, wait, then why is she there? I don't know. Yeah, a little confusing.
Cool. I think I would agree. Like not knowing exactly. Like, is he supposed to like? Oh, what if I wish you were? Is he like? She's 12. Yeah. So like that makes him definitely like a really dirtbag leper. But yeah. Anyways.
The Leper Cave.
Leper. Whoops. Woman who disturbed. All right. Most talented writer in the bunch. Exterior killer cars, dealership night. A rat scuttles across. Ooh, there's a block of text. So as a reader, I don't like. I mean, maybe I'm just like dumb. Like a block, and I did this in my screenplay, so I guess I can't talk too much. But a block of text with no dialogue is a little rough for a first page. Not insurmountable. Not insurmountable, but just like, oof, all right. Just the quintessential oof. Oof. All right. A rat scuttles across the telephone line, its greasy fur gleaming in rain-streaked moonlight. Backlit before the sign for Keller Carr's used car lot, the rat slops and cocks its head. It's almost cute, but no. No, that's gross. Oh, I don't like those asides. Personally...
I think rats are cute, so don't tell me it's gross.
Yeah. The rain stops nights. Yeah, maybe I'm just gonna... That's gonna be a knee-jerk reaction for me. I know that's very common. I don't like the writerly asides too much. personally, I know a lot of readers don't care, but for me, it's sort of like, I'm here to watch a story. I'm not here to, like, have a, knuckling from somebody. The rain stops. The night is perfectly silent. The rat frozen in something akin to anticipation. A silent, muffled shriek disturbs the silence, followed by another louder. Rat runs, ropey tail flapping. Four-story window in the building behind killer cars shatters, losing a shriek that pulls all the feedback of the world to shame. The body explodes from the window and descends, limbs flailing. With a bone-shattering crunch, the body of a beautiful woman smashes through the windshield of a beige Mitsubishi Mirage, on sale for just $5,499. Bloodied and broken, the woman is far worse shape than the car, which just depreciated rapidly. The rain. See, those are funny. Those are funny because they're in scene. This one is less in scene. The rain begins to fall. Yeah, I guess it's too much, especially the ones less in flow of the narrative. Okay, the wind with a shocking swiftness, the woman lashes out, grabbing the racket. It's what the frick? Okay, hold on. The woman is in the far worst shape in the car. Rain begins to fall again, plunking into the pits and valleys in a couple mirage. A familiar rat clambers under the hood of the car, crawls across the woman's limp, battered body, and licks blood from the pooling puddle. With shocking swiftness, the woman's hand lashes out, grabbing the rat. It squeaks in terror. The woman sits up with a motion akin to a marionette at the start of the world's most horrific puppet show. She brings the screaming rat to her face. Their noses inches apart. She grins horribly, then gently kisses the rat on the tip of its snout and drops it on the ground. It scurries away. The woman now ambles awkwardly down an otherwise empty night street, her eyes eerie and unfocused.
So I kind of, I mean, like,
it's an interesting twist.
But it's at least, like, interesting.
I like the interesting twist of the woman getting up. It mirrors zombie tropes a little closely, but kissing the mouse adds personality I seldom see. I like that one. It almost lost me at. It's almost cute, but no, it's gross. But strong. Final Boss Editing's live?
Oh, that's poor guy.
Yeah, it sounds like a great thing to offer. Tell him I'd be happy to edit it.
It's a good idea.
Yeah. Cop Stop. The first entry that I read all 10 pages of. Exterior Kia!
Nice.
Okay, we're definitely editing this one. I'm just kidding. I have a beautiful Kia Forte. A beautiful, beautiful, beautiful Kia Forte.
It beautiful?
It's beautiful. Just has a few dents and scratches.
Like me.
Yeah. It's all like everything in my life. I'm just kidding. Faded. Fade in. Exterior road day. Kia Sportage idles on the shoulder of a desolate road in the deep woods of northern Pennsylvania. Northeastern, whatever. Kia Sportage, same. Shannon, 20, with nervous eyes framed by uneven bangs, sits in the driver's seat. She turns around to face the passenger in the back seat. I don't know if I can do this. Good opening line. I like that one a lot. Cop Stop. Yeah, it gives a lot without giving a lot. It tells us that this person is being coerced in some way, implies coercion, a unfriendly relationship with the backseat.
I don't know if they're doing something interesting.
And that what's going to be done is interesting. Yeah, that's a killer opening line, I would say. That is a killer opening line. Especially for this Howie muscular 20s with effed up teeth reassures her, yes, you can. It's just what we say in group, confront to overcome. Oh, I guess it's like more of like a... Shannon takes a breath. She calms her nerves, nods okay to Howie. With that, Howie dons a deep black sea mat and covers himself up with a blanket. He peeks out from under it. Shannon and Howie watches the man approach the car. That's him. Howie covers up again, lies still as Bob Stanhope, early 40s, bald and paunchy, taps in the passenger side window. He eyes Shannon and he climbs in. The SUV. Bob looks Shannon up and down, excited. Damn, you're even better than your picture. Sorry to meet all the way out here. It's just tricky with my wife and all. Yeah, I know.
Don't do this.
But
Don't do this.
But better than the picture.
Okay, fine.
I mean, duh. Yeah, strong.
Yeah,
I'm not personally a big fan of like the kind of the crime genre and like the uber gritty stuff. So that may just be a genre. I think it's a well executed first page. I think it might be a genre just mismatch for me as a reader individually. Especially because like I like the group. I think that the strange attractor is the group. Is the because there's always been a guy cheating on his wife. It's gonna die really quickly. That's very common in this type of genre. Like the scumbaggy, like, oh thanks, like let me go into your car and not get mugged. So that's something I've seen before. The strange attractor is the Howie relationship. And that's like a big thing to ask yourself is like what's going to set, because it's impossible not to have some scenes that resemble other stories. So it's like what's going to make this one just rise above. And I think that talking about them being in like a, sound like a mental group together where they were maybe dealing with some like, mental issues, like that was really interesting to me. That was like, oh, like this is more complex than the standard like, oh, let's mug this guy who's going to pick up a girl, Waking up in a pool. You want to read this one?
Sure. Top amnesia entry. Okay. Interior underwater day. A lifeless body of a petite woman, Malin, early 20s, in party attire, is floating around in a body of water. Curiously, her body behaves like a hippie in space, without the pull of gravity. All around her, debris of what seems a casual party is floating around. Paper cups, paper plates, a plastic fork, party hats, a slice of cake. As we see how a man's shoe is making a trajectory through the water, we notice that this woman is not the only body floating around. There are multiple bodies, men and women alike, all dressed in party attire, all floating weightless. In between all the lifeless bodies and party debris spins a corked, half-empty bottle of wine around like a spaceship without thrust. Just when the bottle is about to hit the head of Malin, the petite woman, she opens her eyes. Her reflex is to breathe, but since she's underwater, she swallows water instead of air. In panic, she starts to swim, searching for air. Lacking any sense of direction, she swims and swims, only to reach some kind of steel floor or wall. She turns around and pushes her feet against the steel surface to swim in the other direction. Now, frantically looking around, she notices the other bodies floating in the water. The body of a young man with half-long hair demands her attention. Then she notices a source of light and decides to swim in that direction, pushing lifeless bodies away to reach her goal. She starts to spasm due to the lack of air, but ultimately reaches the light and comes above water, gasping.
Interesting.
It's a little repetitive.
Yeah, I think it's over-described. Absolutely. It's about to... Dang, she's beating me to the punch. A little over-described. It's like interesting. I like the imagery. The imagery's good.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, like without the pull of gravity is an extra line you don't need.
You don't need in between all the lifeless bodies and party debris. You just be in between spins a corked half-empty bottle.
Well, I guess there's multiple dead. Oh yeah, I guess you're right. Yeah, that's true. It's true. Yeah, image is good, but this could be a lot shorter. So as somebody who's read screenplays before, it's always that's always like a fear is that if it's not efficient and lean, it's a writer that is not making the best use of your time. It's something I struggle with. I write way more than I need to in my stories. You knew time travel had to make it into a Carson contest somehow. Confused shoulders.
Confused shoulders.
They are confused.
Mm-hmm.
Wolf, Unit 13, do you copy? We need your location, over. Captain, do you copy? Exterior Force A. The radio cuts out and we smack dab in a blinding fog. Can't see a darn thing. Could be anywhere. The soldier bursts through the fog, running for his life. In a desert camo in full battle rattle, he totes a semi-automatic rifle. Fresh bloodstains. I like the use of jargon. I think that's a really great use of jargon. Stuff like battle rattle. That tells me that the writer has probably some experience with the armed forces. Because that's a term that I've never heard used, but I can sense that it's probably an authentic term because...
I think it sounds a little cheesy, personally.
Yeah, maybe.
That's just my...
Yeah. I like the use of jargon, but Fox did not. And that's the thing when you're making gutsy choices. Some readers, it'll click. Some readers, it won't.
It's just like in combination with like the can't see a damn thing, running for his life. It's like trying to get me like really hyped about it, but it's kind of like...
Yeah. Is it too overhyped? That's a good question.
Just, I mean, it might, just to
There's
start
a while
off,
exercise, like one trapped in a nightmare. The U.S. Army captain, the U.S. This is?
Probably this, yeah.
Ooh, misspelling on page 1. Dun, dun, dun. And over his labored breath, we hear something else. A song, Matt Hall's here's too. The Battle Hymn of the Republic, that's the tune. The soulful voice hums it stringly. Now the fog begins to lift for like grass. The understory of shrubs. It's a private call by one of the U.S. Army youthful. Man blinks his eyes, but this is no dream. Shoulder says musket.
Civil War.
But he's in like Army battle rattle.
Hence the time travel.
We should write down, like, I'm going to say this one's like a B-, maybe. Waking up in a pool, let's say a B-. Cop stop?
B+.
Yeah, the Howie relationship really made that work for me. Woman who's disturbed. I'd say an A-, because I didn't like some of like the over stuff. Late for a flight.
B-.
Yeah, that was a B-, I think.
The Leper Cave is like a...
Let's say a B.
B, yeah.
That's a solid B. All right. All right, back to beeswax. A lot of people viewing, but nobody chatting. So strange. We have 6 viewers, no chatters. We're available to chat. You can talk.
I feel like talking.
Lurk in life. It's okay. It's Friday night. Sometimes you just want to hear, just watch an edit on your TV and be left the hell alone. I can respect that. The art of pickpocketing.
Okay.
I like that. I love thief stories. I don't know if you ever read Lies of Lochmamora. That was one of my pleasant surprises in terms of books that I found. Professor Booty, hard to talk and play RL at the same time. How's it going, Professor Booty? Is that real life?
It's RL. Real
life. It's a tough game, I'll tell you.
Real life, yeah.
I'm guessing that's the game of real life. You always end up... Rocket League. Oh. I was like, man, you always lose the game of real life.
Yeah.
I'm just kidding. Sometimes you win. Sometimes you come out on top.
All right, let's see. Settlement House Classroom Day. About 20 immigrant women are clustered in their respective nationality groups. Polish, Italian, Czech, Ukrainian. Someone have babies with them. When attending a beach.
Well, thanks for saying hi, by the way. Yeah, sorry. Sorry, Professor Booty. We do want booty experts around.
When attending a beach, ladies must wear proper bathing suits. Front is the teacher, Alice Clement. There is an unfulfilled woman who has to spread her wings. Yet being 1913, there's not much opportunity for her to do that, so she endures for now by doing what she can and helping those in need. Here are some examples. Alice passes out magazine pictures of appropriate swimwear. Each immigrant group has one female interpreter who translates in their respective language what Alice says. Always remember that shoulders must be covered, a skirt must be worn over the bloomers, and bloomers must cover your leg down past the knee. If you do not wear appropriate beach attire, the police will arrest you for disorderly conduct. After the translations have been made, a few of the women give startled looks and mumble to each other in concerned voices. I know, but it's the times we are living in, and lately the Chicago police have been cracking down on ladies who don't follow the rules, so word to the wise, don't break them.
I like that. It's slower, but I like that it seems... It's very specific. It seems like a little more thought out, and when you read the prose is really efficient. Like, you know, like there probably could have been some reduced dialogue, but like there's nothing that's being said twice. So like, especially in a slower paced screenplay, you want to look for that efficiency of language. So like, I like that this seems more on the efficient side of things. It is a little bit of like, I see that Alice is unfulfilled, but I'm only really getting the one downside is that the conflict is being given through description. Just maybe telling me that she's bored, telling me that she's unfulfilled. I kind of want to see something off about her behavior. Like, you know, maybe she's wearing something that's, you know, exposing her shoulders and she just is like, deal with it, you know. Like, I want to see in scene, and not only in description, what makes Alice worth watching. What do you think?
I still thought it was like an A minus.
A minus?
Mm-hmm.
Oh wow.
I liked it.
I was gonna give it a B plus, but I say A minus is fair. I would be curious to see like what develops with Alice.
Yeah.
Pterodactyl bliss.
Like a pterodactyl backing out of trouble.
Anybody's done P90X, you'll know that line. Let me see. Did they used to be spelled with a T?
No.
No, I just spelled it wrong since I was a kid.
Yeah.
Shit.
It's always had a silent P.
It's always had a silent P. It's never changed in modern parlance, are you sure? It's not a new thing that's happening.
Did you just spell it T-E-R-O?
Yeah, when I was a kid. I think I was just phonetic spelling for the win.
Yeah.
Sunset, sandy beach surrounding the jungle. Waves splashing the blinding white sand, not a cloud in sight. Oh no.
I know, I saw that. I was like, I'm just not gonna like it. Take a moment and consider it. Just soak it in, the beauty. That moment is gone because a shadow sweeps over us.
Oh no. That's how you should. Like the problem whenever the writer cuts in is like I invariably read it as like an 11-year-old doing like Dungeons and Dragons where they're like, and you're in the room and the Demigorgon comes in and attacks and it's like, oh come on, like, you know, like,
yeah, like I understand where they're coming from,
yeah.
but it's also like you can't just tell me to soak it in the beauty. Like that either has to come through what you're writing or come through when they make it into whatever cinema, whatever film it ends up as. I don't appreciate being told what to do or feel. Yeah,
evoke it. And I think that goes back to evocative. I think the one thing that makes me beef in general with the writerly intrusion is it's a trade-off, and I think you're sacrificing an opportunity to have evocative writing, and you're also pulling me out. You're telling me that someone wrote this as opposed to letting me, and maybe that's my reading style, I like to sink in to a story and be like, you know, in the world. And every time someone is like, don't you love this thing I wrote? Then you're like, wait, it's not a world that I'm in. It's somebody telling me words. Like, so that's a downside, I think. And then I think another downside really is the fact that you're losing an opportunity to tell me, you know, because like waves splashing the blinding white sand, not a cloud in sight. You could use better language there. Like those 20, 30 words that you're using for this intrusion could be like, you know, the ocean stretches out to the horizon, empty blue for miles. You know, like something like that to just like give me that sense of scene. So that's a little bit of like a pet peeve for me in those ways. And that's why. I don't think it's fair to say that I have a pet peeve and that this is bad without giving my at least reasoning. 6 pterodactyls. Information. Stealth.
Yeah, to me, it just feels a little cheesy.
Drones of the Mesozoic. This might be a B minus. We'll see if it really blows our minds.
Stealth drones of the Mesozoic. Are they robot pterodactyls?
No, I think it's just like They're
comparing it to drones.
They're comparing it to drones. It's an anachronism. Another difficult aspect the reader is trying to get their bearings in the story. When you start throwing anachronisms in and stuff like that, it's gonna have her asking like, are they robot pterodactyls? Like, that's the type of thing that this authorial intrusion starts to do. It really breaks the connection to like the reality of the story pretty directly, in my point of view. Side by side with pterodactyls, a hypnotic sound of wings cutting the air, every vein visible on their magnificent bodies, their eyes scanning. They're on a mission. Cut to the lagoon, continuous, the size of Yankee Stadium. See, again, I mean, that's less egregious, but it's also like, why not use of the world?
Takes you out of the jungle.
Yeah, fragment of the paradise. Hi, 667. How's it going?
667.
Welcome.
Hi.
Doing a Grats Fox, thanks.
TY.
She'll forever have her stories edited.
Yes, but I also got into residency.
Yeah, and she also got into residency. That's true.
I don't know what you're referring to, but thank you for this and for that.
We'll just assume it's all the Grats. You've been having a good month.
I know.
Top notch.
I'm spoiled.
Waterfall, pterodactyls warm over the lagoon, guided missile, dives in, savage and elegant. So I'm starting to scan because I was like, when is something... Another pterodactyl, they're fighting, birds fighting, there's not a character. Not much of a character.
Ha, it was the residency.
Dang.
But grats to you too as well.
Don't even. I guess I don't matter. I guess free edits for life ain't nothing.
I don't need them. I'm perfect. Just kidding, I'm not perfect.
It's good. Takes a strong lady to admit that. Anyways, not much of a character to follow. Also, the anachronisms.
Speaking of, I should have some more bourbon to celebrate.
Yeah.
Made myself a nice drink. Okay.
Free edits is cool too, I suppose.
What's that?
Oh, he said congrats on the residency to Professor Booty. The Professor of Booties. Would you mind pouring me a small glass of Low Gap with a little bit of ice in there while you're there? Sure. It's in the bottom of the cabinet, darling. Then I'm going to make the world of the story shaky. Sorry, I would just wanted to finish this note. How's your writing coming along, 667? So I'm going to go ahead and give Pterodactyl Bliss a B-, yeah.
Some people might enjoy it.
Yeah, not for us. But yeah, for us, yeah. I don't know, it's a difficult, I think there are some, wait, what is this? So we're pretty much doing a edit of the Scriptshadow competition. Yeah, this is. So pretty much what we're doing is there is a first 10 pages competition. And this competition is about how can you make the first 10 pages of your screenplay or your story really hook the reader. So this is about what makes an effective hook, really. What?
Wait, sorry, where is it?
Oh, it's on the bottom of the, here, I can grab it. So it's this dude over here. Ooh, you know what? I might actually do the lens. Oh, gosh. Jeff, why are you running out of money? Because you spend it all on booze.
Hey, this is for special occasion.
One little one. Oh, great. Good. Well, you know, bring them over. I'll snack on them. Great. Sorry, I just didn't know if I was supposed to figure it out now. Okay. So yeah, this is on Scriptshadow, so you can go to scriptshadow.com, one of my favorite writing websites. Or .net, excuse me, scriptshadow.com is a lie. It's a lie! The cake is a lie. I think there's like some other weird website there. So just Google Scriptshadow and you'll find it. All right, so now we're on Roman plagues. Yeah, that's fine. The Holy Roman Empire. So cheers, old sport.
Oh, yes.
Probably gave myself a little too much, but whatever. Oh, that's good.
You can celebrate too.
Yeah. Many trees stand tall, still silent, but somehow unsettling. As if they could come to life at any moment. So that's the thing. That's why I think those authorial intrusions are so dangerous. Because little descriptions like this can really awaken the reader and say, whoa, the trees can come to life? What? Like, is that a thing that could happen here? Like, so that, like, brings the air of mystery and engagement with the story that the authorial intrusions really don't.
Yeah. Yeah, that's rough.
I don't know if I can take it any longer. Yeah.
I wouldn't blame you.
I like Name of the Wind, but...
I did too, once you get past that part. I remember that part is brutal. I was like, when does the story start? It does get better after that, I promise.
Good old Patrick. A breeze or some unforeseen force rustles the leaves. A hand grips a low-hanging branch, pulls it out of the way. A figure emerges. This is Gorath, the beast of man, gladiator. Haunted by 100 souls. Again, how do we see this haunting?
Where did you say that? Oh.
You're getting close. You're getting close.
Oh, yeah. Yep, you're almost there.
Almost there. I can't hold him.
It'll start picking up soon.
Yeah.
Even in the city.
All right. There are no screams or fleeing villagers. A price. All right, they're sending. There are predators, and this village is their prey. Okay. So something isn't right here. There are no screams. Places.
Oh, the pudding.
Mm.
The pudding was the only good part.
Well, so then it's that makes it.
That's kind of interesting.
The only bad part about the day was how good the pudding.
I like the. Yeah, I like that. I like the POV of the raider.
Nice.
I think the fact that we're in a different point of view. So, like, you know, usually in Roman stories, we're in the POV of Rome. We must protect the empire, and this is different. I just listen to it because it helps my prose. It does. He's a really strong prose writer. Again, to help your prose, if you want to go YOLO, you can always listen to some Virginia Woolf or something, but she's a little less interesting. You think that was moving slow, but she is a master in her way. She is indeed a master. Yeah, I think this was really cool. Like the POV of the raider versus the normal. I think that's a good way to think about a hook in your story, to come at it from a different and new angle. You can tell some of the similar scenes, you know, a raider coming into a Roman village, but if you tell it from a different point of view than normal, it's going to come to life.
I also just liked the surprise of, like, they go into the village, but they might, instead of them being the hunters, it almost feels like they might be the hunted.
Of hunter to hunted.
Possibly.
Yeah. If a page one twist like that is tough to pull off. And you did a great job. I'm going to say A-. Or you want to say A? Straight A?
Is good.
A- is good. Don't take the phone. I feel like these are Scriptshadow's random titles, which makes them even funnier. The Rex Rule. I don't even know what that is. Day. Neighboring waterhole barely past noon. Rebecca, 29, sits in the bar reading a book. Marvel Mysteries of the Unknown World. A lone patron plays pool by himself in the background. The door swings open as a gray-haired man in an overcoat enters the Oxford bar with a smile. Brennan, 50. Afternoon, darling. Double Jameson, please. And a very large glass filled with crush ice. A dash of Baileys into the bargain, if you don't mind.
Coming right up.
Brennan sails into his seat as Rebecca makes the drink. Quite day out there, blustery, little wind. An ill wind, you might say. It's a life of choices, isn't it? Some good, some bad, but we find our guiding lights.
You found yours, you mean?
Okay. Beat. Parentheticals are a really dangerous game. You usually try to minimize them in your screenplay, but when you have to use them, like in this, to have a break of dialogue, one of the simplest things that you can do to spice up your story, because beat kind of reminds you you're in a screenplay again, but you can say like, you know, he takes a breath, or like, you know, he chews his thumb. Like what is getting filled, you know. Take this opportunity to describe what's filling the beat. He takes slow, or, you know, grumbles to himself. Whatever, yeah. Whatever overwritten thing I can come up with. But, you know, that's an example. Like, I think it's always a missed opportunity. You know, stares at the roof. It's a life of choices. You know, like you can start like filling in what that beat entails, and that makes it a little bit richer of a read. Brennan nods, pulls out his iPhone. Rebecca turns to deliver his drink as he enters a 4-digit pin code and glances up, catches her peeking. You looking at my code?
Sorry, can't help it.
An adventurous spirit.
Novelty might be more accurate. My mother always said it will get me into trouble. Curiosity killed the cat, right?
Man, she's got victim written all over her. Oh, man. I mean,
I thought she was the murderer.
Was she the murderer?
She's the one looking at his code.
Maybe.
I don't know.
We can keep reading if you're curious. Who is the bad? Interesting that we both thought the dangerous one was the other character. That's a good setup. That means, you know, there is this ambiguity you're sitting. The fact that she thought Rebecca was the threat, and I thought Brennan was threatening Rebecca, means you had a pretty good setup. I'm gonna give this a B+, A-.
B+.
B+. That's a solid B+. Cocaine problems. Man, don't we know?
Definitely seems like our type of screenplay, babe.
Yeah, this is me. Darkest entry of the bunch.
This is it. This is our jam. 14. Look at our 14.
Kids these days. Half-gram cocaine is dumped under a tiny baggie. The powder clumped into the pile as an LCD case.
Saucy? Who names their child Saucy?
Saucy. Neither girl look her age. Saucy younger, Ray older. They sit on the dugout bench of a secluded ball field with weed, sprout and grow. Ray has separated the coke neatly. 4 bangers get him feeling the power of 1,000 gods. Again, a little bit of authorial intrusion. I feel like it even undermines your gritty context. I feel maybe that's just me, and like obviously like that's one of my weird writing pet peeves, especially screenplay writing. This ain't no F around stuff. It's got a good kick. The train whistle howls in the distance. The girls want another taste. Round 2.
Saucy. Right. Wild souls.
That's getting inarticulate a little bit.
That's almost a little too modern.
Yeah, and there's no line. Like it's just like there's no line. Like think of this just looking at the page. Every line is one line or one sentence. Or like I guess they're multiple sentences, but they're one-word sentences. So it's so punchy. It's so like
heaven or hell, baby. You don't get to decide.
Yeah, like that's not even dialogue. It's just randomly there. Yeah, okay. So the one-line paragraphs are getting a little grating and make the page
and the like
hard to digest.
Edgy like one-liners.
Feels like it's trying too hard to be edgy. And what that tells me, and obviously like that, there is a place for that, and I know I'm kind of a spoil sport in that regard, so maybe that's just me. But to some degree, it tells me you don't have confidence in your story. Because if you need to hype it up with edgy stuff, or you need to hype it up with heaven or hell, baby, you don't get to decide. You know, because that's not going to show up on the film, right? Like, because in novels, that's okay, actually. You can do this. You can have the author come in a novel because that's that's the final product. This is a blueprint for a final product. The screenplay is, in essence, a blueprint. And the fact that you're trying to spice up the blueprint means the building might not be that good.
Mm-hmm.
Or that you don't believe the building is good, so you have to spice up the blueprint so somebody can buy it. That's my impression whenever I read stuff like that. So again, I'm going to probably lean towards a B- on this one.
Mm-hmm. Not for me.
Yeah, also, I mean, not as big, it's not our genre either, but a lot of these... But also think about setting your writing apart. We've read a few of these like dark copy movies, and every single dark copy modern thing has the author being like, and it was a kick in the pants. Like, who cares? Like, just describe it in such a way that I feel like I got kicked in the pants as the reader.
Mm-hmm.
So remember, like, you are not...
This ain't no F around shit.
That's some real good. That's some real good sunflower seeds, baby. But so like, remember, your goal as a writer is to set your voice apart. And even in these entries, which have, by their own merit, set themselves apart. Like, these are the best of the best, the cream of the crop. And some of them, the cop stop, they're starting to sound the same. Or I think it wasn't this one. I forget which one it was that also had like a very... Maybe it was Cop Stop. But yeah, but remember, that is the challenge, is to set yourself apart. And maybe that's how you do it, is you just focus on the story. Bring the story first. Remember, this is a blueprint for a story. And yes, there is flexibility for the writer to make it interesting for the reader and whoever's, in the studio going through 100 of these things a day. I get that. But yeah, there is a bit of a cost. And yeah, just my 2 cents there. Okay, so which ones do we want to pick?
That's all of them?
That's all of them. And we can do only the first 5 pages because it's already getting kind of late. Or maybe even less.
Yeah. Scroll down?
Yeah.
I can't remember all of them.
So
the art... No, not that one. It was the Roman plagues one I thought was...
The Roman plagues? Yeah, okay. So that's Fox's pick. I actually was curious about that one too. I thought that had a really cool fantasy kick. It had like a really cool twist. Or we can say Fox's pick 1, just in case you want another one. What are the other? Art of Pickpocketing. I like that this seems more efficient. Yeah, the Alice thing I liked it, but it didn't have... It wasn't as strong of a hook. It was good.
The rat one was kind of...
Yeah, I liked the rat one. I'm debating between Alice, the Art of Pickpocketing, and the zombie rat one. And I'm leaning towards Alice because I liked that world a little more.
Yeah.
I'm so tired of the gritty modern world. Huh? Oh, really?
I think that's what he said.
What was that? Woman.
After that one. Script I was most surprised I liked. Or, yeah, maybe not best, but...
Alright. Yeah, I know. I kind of was curious about trying out the, Oh, no. That's not this. That's not Jeff's pick. My pick is the Art of Pickpocketing.
Cool.
Yeah, I think I liked the world a little bit. Like, the rat thing was cool, but, like, it was not the most mind-blowing. So, okay, so I'm going to go ahead and switch to my PDF view. Let me just do... Red Reader. Alright, So I'm gonna put my cocktail menu up first, just so it doesn't like freak you guys out while I read quickly. Make sure that this is working. Okay, great. So these are some great cocktails that you can make yourself. This for learning, I guess, for science. And then I'm going to download the screenplays real quick and pull them up. Yeah, this is the first Scriptshadow edit we've done in this computer.
You're right.
That's crazy. We've been behind on.
No. It's like a little lump right there.
That's a tricep.
I know.
Yeah. So strong.
There's like a difference between this one and that one.
Yeah, Fox has been doing P90X, and we've both been doing P90X, and
I can almost do a pull up.
She can almost do a pull up.
Like that close.
She's fighting for it. She's fighting for every inch. There's a innuendo in that, but yeah, we won't go there. The 24 graves. So now we're actually getting the real titles, which I'm excited. Shown folder.
I thought those edits were kind of weird. Or those names.
Yeah, I think he was intentionally kind of fudging the titles so you can't get like hooked by them.
Yeah. Which
I appreciate. Which is just starting on the first page. What do you like?
Mm-hmm.
You know. Damn, too strong. Guns of steel, man.
Too strong.
Strong. She crush.
These my muscles.
She needs the muscles.
These my muscles.
You're such a showboater. I love it. Do you see?
Too strong.
I crush little puny men like you. Ugh. I crush them. All right, so Alice. Okay, Alice is doing paperwork. So she's introducing. You guys watch Love, Death, and I haven't even heard about that. What is Love, Death, and Robots?
Never heard of it.
It's like a new anthology series on Netflix. Okay. Oh, while he's chatting. Well, he's typing. Settlement House. Or you can be Alice.
Settlement House. Alice,
dear.
Leonard?
Intercut between Alice and Leonard Clement, her pompous businessman husband. Hey. Who's on the phone in his downtown office. Exhibit A. I need you to pick up my suit at Dessinger's.
When?
Today, before they close.
Leonard, this is my full day teaching at the Settlement House. I won't have time to pick it up before they close.
I think at the Settlement House is a little extra. So I'm going to go ahead and go into more detailed notes here. What is this? Police Star? That's a weird name for a period piece.
Yeah.
I'm going to say this is page 2. Right? Yeah. Overstating the house. Yeah, just like trim this. Some of the dialogue still. Then go on your lunchtime.
If I go downtown on my lunchtime, I fear I won't have enough time to eat. You know I cannot skip lunch.
You've been managing the diabetes well of late. The diabetes.
Did they know about diabetes in 1913?
Yeah.
Possibly.
It feels a little too... I don't see the conflict in it. It feels very tactical.
No.
It feels like two people making a plan. This conversation feels a little tactical. Like two people making a plan rather than something that's really kicking me off to a strong start.
You've been managing the diabetes well,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah, again, then like the diabetes. Diabetes line. Might do a slight dialogue pass. And that's the thing, like, it's not anachronistic. Yeah, a new anthology series, 18 short stories that involve love, death, and robots. Ooh, it's crazy so far. I love that Netflix has gone into short films. I think that that's effing brilliant. And put it, like, because short films are some of the most, it will hopefully revitalize short stories, or at least it'll have more filmmakers looking to short stories to make short films. But I think Netflix is smart. They are getting cornered out of the features. Features are extremely expensive, extremely difficult to produce, extremely hard to make. But a short film, you can make it in 50 grand. A lot of indie filmmakers, a lot of great talent gets in through short films. And I think that's one of the best things for the film market is stuff like that. So that's fantastic. I didn't even know that they were doing that, so that's amazing. I love that Netflix is starting to innovate how film is getting made. Like Buster Suggs. Amazing.
Yeah, that was funny.
There's always a new cowboy in town.
First time?
Oh, I should rewatch that. That was so good.
We never finished it.
We never finished it,
We
no.
got too tired.
It's all animated. Yeah, that's fine. I don't mind. I think it's another great thing for beginning filmmakers is animation is cheap.
All right, let's roll this.
All right, yeah. Bucks is
was
getting
up
tired.
early this morning with anxiety and then joy.
Well, you've been managing the diabetes well of late.
The diabetes. You've been managing the diabetes well.
Do you have other suits at home? This one is my lucky suit. The one I always wear during negotiations.
But show us she doesn't want to go.
Yeah. Does she just like breathe and hold the phone out? Yeah, I think that's a great note, which is the show don't tell. Even Chrissy was calling me out in my story about stuff I was showing and not telling. So it's always a big thing. Yeah, she was like, why? What does this look like? And I'm like, yeah, I know, Chrissy. Thanks. We get it.
You smell like poop, Chrissy.
We all make mistakes.
You smell like poop.
How do we visualize? This is a film medium that she doesn't want to go. Okay. More signs. Alice.
Oh, we didn't read this one.
Oh. Alice, my dear wife Alice, if this deal goes through, my commission will bring us a lot of money. Alice!
Of course, Leonard. I'll pick up your suit.
She is not pleased. Downtown Chicago day. Bunch of Model Ts speed around, horse-drawn carriage, and almost everybody looks skyscrapers. Calling Chicago stormy, husky, brawling. City of big shoulders. Oof. Alice with her purse and parasol comes into view, quickly walking down the busy sidewalk. She enters Dessinger's. Alice approaches a clerk, Philip Gromer. Ooh. May I be of service, madame?
I'm here to pick up a suit for my husband, Mr.
We're going to read this as a romantic scene, so.
Mr. Leonard Clement.
Very good, Miss Clement. Takes her to exit the back room, glances Phil around the store. She walks to the ladies section and checks out the clothes on the mannequins. In the men's section, Alice notices a busily dressed man, Niles Munch, who slyly follows. A businessman who is perusing a pair of pants. Niles looks around to make sure nobody's watching them, and he dips his hand in Horn's dip pocket and pulls out the wallet. Niles, wallet palmed in his hand, makes his way. So great, we're giving her a choice, and this is, I think, what excuses some of her passivity earlier. Because like you need to somehow set her up as this passive person who's getting pushed around. And then this spark of excitement comes in. I think this is a really well-timed moment.
You're so cute. She's so cute. She's got a little bed.
How much bourbon you drink? I'm just kidding.
She always looks cute. It's not the
She
bourbon.
is. I'm just kidding. It's your beer goggles.
Oh, yeah. Everything cute.
Everybody pretty.
Oh, you're handsome. I didn't realize.
Yeah. Works for the best of us.
Hey, you! You can't do that.
Niles asks perfectly, whatever do you mean?
I mean, Giles.
Giles, yeah, we'll just call him Giles. That's my D&D character's name. That's a snarky stinker. Bromer walks to Alice holding Leonard's suit. Bromer. Here it is, Miss Clement, I believe. This is Mr. Clement's lucky suit.
This man just stole another man's wallet.
You
Question mark? Why is there a question mark?
This man is still has a wallet? I don't know. Question mark is weird. Page 4, question mark. Wallet? You are terribly mistaken, man. What are you talking about? Bromer is confused as how to proceed as he continues to hold Leonard's suit. Alice goes to Einhorn. Sir, is your wallet missing? Einhorn, what? Oh, sorry.
Oh. Sir, is your wallet missing?
What?
Your wallet. Please check.
Where's my wallet?
Less than a minute ago, this man picked your pocket.
That's preposterous. I'm wondering why he's not making a break for it. Like, okay. Bunch of customers surrounding the manager. Hurries over.
Problems, Mr. Bromer.
This woman accuses this man of stealing that man's wallet. Dialogue is getting a little clunky here. I don't know if you're trying to mimic the period, but I feel like the... as normal. Feels abnormal a little bit, the way that dialogue is getting spoken.
Giles.
I've done nothing wrong and will not tolerate such harassment.
You're not leaving.
Hands off, woman.
Stop, thief.
As are the other male customers. Alison is a tough cookie and she keeps on hold of Niles. But you showed that she's not a tough cookie. It's because like she is a pushover for her husband. So this doesn't feel like something she would do. She's such a pushover. I have trouble believing that she'd like seize someone and detain them. Yeah, I think that's... I haven't gotten a clear delineation between her personal life and how she is firm in public. And maybe that's an opportunity. Maybe showing her grit to normal folks could happen in the first scene where she's teaching. And we can see she has a special weakness to her husband. Maybe guilt because he's breadwinning.
Breadwinning.
That's willingly good.
The winning.
Yeah, so that's an opportunity. I think you have a really strong start. I like this character of Alice, but keeping them consistent is key. Should we go to the next one?
Sure.
Or do you want to keep reading about Alice?
Next one.
We gotta get you to bed before it's too late.
Mama needs her beauty sleep. She getting ugly.
What?
What?
You said you were gonna be young forever.
Nope.
Yeah.
Go back and look. That's none of the vows.
Damn it. The 24 graves. All right.
All right. So this is our Roman dude.
Numerals. Mariano Rueda. Super, the Holy Roman. Okay, so this is what we had. The raiders come in and they see this village that's been torn apart, just for people who are reading along. And they're going to raid this village, but everybody's already gone and dead and burned. And they end up going to this cave. Interior cave, minutes later. Goroth makes his way through claustrophobic corridors, following the flicker of flame. Turns a corner and finds a small space. illuminated by a single candle. It sits on the ground. A hooded man sits cross-legged in front of it, cradles a dagger in his hands. He speaks without turning to Gora in an ancient language. I had to kill them. All of them. I'm gonna make you keep doing that.
Good.
Morash. So you're doing a smart thing, and I can tell you're a clever writer because you only mentioned translation once. So, this is page 2. Good to only have the translation parenthetical once to establish. Great job. Doesn't always happen, and it's super annoying when people have it translated. You're like, I know. Yes, I know. Gorash looks over an open chest filled with ingots, medallions, coins, and other trinkets, all of them made of gold. I don't think you need to. I think you just do gold ingots, medallions. So this is another writing tweak where you save room in your screenplay if you kill your little orphans like this, these extra words. So stuff like moving this with gold ingots, medallions, or just ingots, medallions, we know that this is gold. Anyways, we don't have to have this extra bit. We can just say gold ingots. All right. The ancient language translated. It's poisoned. That gold brought this curse upon us. There's only one way to stop it.
What have you done? What have you done?
Beautiful. Yeah, thank you. All right, the hooded man drops the dagger to the ground. Please kill me. I haven't the courage to do it myself. The hooded man turns towards Gargoth. His face is covered in sores and boils. Blood drips from his eyes, nose, and ears. He struggles to his feet and moves towards Gorgoth.
I can't do it again. Kill me and leave this place before the girl comes for you.
Gorgoth raises his sword. He brings it down on the man's neck, decapitating him with one quick motion.
And then he goes to the chest of gold when I need
He's a
it.
meathead, yeah. It wraps itself around the sword.
I like it so far.
It looks pretty cool.
Yeah.
I would watch this movie. I'd be like, oh shit, what's going on? I would watch this movie, yeah. I'm liking
Especially if the ancient language was as cool as...
it. Oh, man.
We're really normal. I just want to emphasize that.
What is it? Oh, God, he took a clip of it.
Oh, God.
We gotta watch the clip now, don't we?
Oh, what is this? Poor darling.
Oh, that's just they have these weird auto-generated names.
That's ancient language is passed on.
Oh, wait, we don't have the camera going. Hold up, phone.
What?
Video capture device. I think it's because it was on my old Logi.
Oh, well, then you missed our faces.
Sorry about that. New Logi. I done effed up. There we go.
You missed our beautiful faces doing that.
We're real dumb, guys. We're not here for the brains. We just look good.
Well, we can have a recap.
Yeah. Dang it!
Basically, it sounds a lot like...
What is happening? The other man turned back. The man's face is covered with boiling. So Gorgoth has managed. The man carries a sag over his shoulder. He stops and reaches a sag, takes a piece of gold. Notices his hand and arm begin to turn purple.
Well, yeah, it's a cursed dog.
Okay, man one is speaking a foreign language.
Is he?
Yep.
Where does it say that?
At the top.
Where? Show me. Yeah.
Up here. Everybody's
Could have
speaking
made
an
he
ancient
dead.
language. Everybody's speaking an ancient language. Right, now it's your turn.
We should never have come to this place. God himself fears this forest. We've been cursed.
The rest of the marauders turn back and they all suffer from the same affliction, all their faces with boiling sores. Then a sword plunges through one of the men's chest.
Wow. You brought this upon us!
I'll turn to see the man holding the sword as Gorgoth. He quickly turns the sword on another man, then another. He slices and stabs in all directions, spraying. A few fight back wearily, but are quickly dispatched, and the grisly work is done. Surrounded by the men's court, lifts the bag of gold and drags it off. The voice shatters the quiet.
Well,
and now they are no more than a feast for maggots.
That's creepy.
I feel like the kid voice is something I see. Yeah, I feel like the barbarians, you know, are a little dumb. Like, they saw this horrific scene and they just walk into it. Feels a little off. And then we're getting some similar tropes. I am not a big fan, like the child voice trope. Feels a little additional. Is this the girl?
I think we're gonna find out.
Whatever. Alright.
I like it so far.
Alright, she likes it. I'm gonna ignore that note then.
Oh, well, you can put it now.
Faithful. Oh gosh, so many clips.
Oh god.
We'll have to watch them in a second. I should put my I can do this now.
BRB.
I turn it on. I turn it up. And then I turn to this. I guess we still have Majin open somewhere.
Really?
Yeah. Oh, here, we'll listen to these here. You have a gift.
Thank you. Thank you.
Oh, none of them are normalcy.
The ancient language. Oh my gosh, please save those. Please save them.
Yeah, I gotta save these. Save as highlight. How do I do that? I don't even know how to do this. I'll just put them in the Gmail for you.
Oh man, that's hilarious. I have a disease.
Oh, it slayed me. Oh my god, that's too funny. The ancient language. I think they're automatically in your clips now. Nice.
You check to add these to your acting reel.
Yeah. Yeah, goon. See, Fox is gonna start streaming. Perhaps.
Yeah.
Maybe gaming. So get excited. Give her a follow. Give her a follow.
Some free time now that residency stuff is at an end. I'm at last assigned.
Well, good.
May
You
the
get.
odds be ever in your favor. Picture myself being a pharmacist. Be pretty boring. Might be violate HIPAA too, but
Yeah. Maybe studying pharmacy
perhaps.
class. IRL. Anyways, Gorgoth turns his head. He collapses to the ground. His own body is now ravaged by the curse. What is this? What have you done to me? A girl, a barefoot peasant with matted jet black hair. Oh god, so creepy. Stands beside Gorgoth. Oh, sorry, Gorgoth. Feels real bad, man.
The gold is forever yours, but your life is no more.
Then turns to demonic growling.
The gold is for...
You wanted voices.
No, damn, you have to go. It's so good. You gotta do these voices in D&D.
Gold is forever yours.
Hurts my throat. I gotta
Yeah,
learn
water,
from you,
water,
667.
Yeah, how should
do
we
you do it?
appropriately do death metal growls?
But your life is no more.
Dun, dun, dun. Yeah. Well, you can do 667 if you want to sample Fox's crazy sounds and put it into your vaporwave. Let us know. You're allowed. We give you permission to do that.
For low fee.
Take all the proceeds. What's
For
that?
low fee.
Of putting it in your vaporwave.
And $12.
Yeah, $12. That's all we ask. $12. Hard cash. American dollars.
About a penny less.
Okay. Take it back. Take your cursed gold. I want my life instead.
The choice has already been made.
Oh man, if you need voice work, we'll send some. Yes.
Welcome to your future. You made some choices.
The choice has already been made.
No, don't do this. Backwards heads. Grandis lays in the dirt, looks over his lifeless face of one of his men. He reaches out and takes a handful of earth and lets it fall through his grasp. All right, Super Journey 1945.
Oh.
I like that. What remains of hard-fought battle? I hope it goes into the present day. That would be really cool. Panzer tanks scorched out battles, found a dead German soldier. Suddenly the pile starts to move as if the bodies were coming back to life, but they're not. An American soldier pulls himself out of the pile. Antonio is a slight, dark, complected kid with every sense of the word. Couldn't be more out of place in his blood-covered, ill-fitting fatigues. His carbine rifle still strapped on his back. He grasps for air as he digs himself free. This is probably broken up a little bit. Paragraphs over 5. What is this before? Antonio's intro runs a little long. Break it up, perhaps. Okay. Once we reach the pile windows, it takes it into surroundings. Hello? Anyone there? No response. Well, this isn't good. He notices a pack of cigarettes sneaking from the coat of a dead German soldier. He waves his hand in front of the dead man's bullet-riddled face, then carefully snatches the pack. Got a light?
You Morty?
Yeah, I guess. Thanks. With a burning cigarette in his mouth, he buries his head between his knees and tries to muffle his sobbing. It's a little on the nose, but it's a decent intro. I like this cigarette / crying action, but I feel the dialogue is a little clunky. I don't know. What do you think? Do you agree?
Oh, that's too bad.
All right. Menendez uses home drink and rinse brought away. He takes a compass from his pocket and expects it, but his crack useless. Goes to top of a dead horse in the stream. Carries it away. This one's something in the far distance. Several men walking in line. The first sign of life. These are friends or enemies? Only way to find out. Again, this is unnecessary interiority. We cannot get this interior. We should be like, he ducks down but looks up curiously. Like, that's what I need. I need to show this. Page 5, this needs to be shown, not interior thought, since that can't be represented. Right. Mendoza ducking behind trees and maintaining his distance can now see that there are 4 American soldiers holding their guns on a German soldier. They are friends. He approaches. Again, we don't need this. It's an extra line. This whole thing, we don't need that. Yeah. Remember, I think the screenplay has morphed a lot of ways, but remember, the primary goal of this, is a blueprint. It's a blueprint. We don't need all this, it's not a final product, so it's okay to just let the blueprint for the screen speak for itself. The Americans immediately turn their guns from their prisoner over to Mendoza. Mendoza raises his hands. Stop right there. Best set that carbine down. Martin Connolly, early 20s, keeps his rifle trained in Mendoza's heart. Sergeant Cal Brenner, as a leader, holds a pistol to the prisoner's head. The prisoner's Adolf Braun. His hands are bound in front of him as the German officer's coat is draped over his shoulders. He smiles wryly at Mendoza. I'm the one giving the orders here. Connolly. What?
Sounds like your D&D characters.
Which one? Which ones? All of them. They all sound like.
I'm the one giving the orders here.
An economy and beauty is always art. I like that. He's turning the old quote around. An art economy is always beauty. An economy and beauty is always art.
Jameson Henrietta.
It's a good balance. You gotta switch it up a little bit.
In Foxland, everything I say is beauty.
Yep.
And art.
Yeah. Yeah. Everything, she says.
Everything. Yeah.
You're lucky you're cute.
Yeah.
Otherwise you'd be dead.
Yeah.
Someone would have iced you a long time ago. Put you on ice. My name is Tony Mendoza. Or you want to be the kid, or you want to be
I'll
me?
be the kid. I'm trying to think of an accent. I'll just be. My name is Tony Mendoza with the 69th. We got into it with some German tankers. Crap knocked me out cold. Guess they thought I was dead, left me behind. I think I'm going to New Zealand on accident.
Wallace, go check him out. Do the Dark Knight.
Jeez. Big cat Wallace goes out of Mendoza, expects to start with chance. Your Chevy knows how to read.
Says it's him. Dolores.
Well then, must be him.
Keep quiet, Dolores. Just beyond the sloping hill, sound of voices speaking. Speaking German. It's an important fact.
Yeah.
Quiet. Get down, all of you. All the men take up defensive position. Well, that's 5 pages, and I could read more. It's a good story.
I like this one.
I think this is going to be the winner.
Yeah.
I think this one's definitely the hands-down winner.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not perfect. No story is. There's a few little things I would consider tweaking, but the 24 Graves and or the Germans thing is going to be the winter. Wow. How much bourbon have you had, Jeff? A lot.
Winter is coming.
All right. So well done. We're going to go down here. We're going to put our vote in for 24 Graves. Oops. Let's say vote. 24 Graves / what is it called? The Roman Plagues. I think that was it, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that was your pick. You picked the winner.
That's right.
You picked the best one.
That's right.
Man, Fox can tell from the first page. It's ice cold, man. You don't ever mess with her. She'll kill you. She will, trust me.
I will.
All right, great job, all you writers. I know we had our contentions about certain things. We had our ifs and buts and candy and nuts.
It
But
can be the ripest, juiciest peach in the world, and there'll still be somebody who doesn't like peaches.
words to live by, folks. Words to live by. But yes, thank you so much for your hard work in telling us awesome stories. I really enjoyed a lot of these, all of them. Again, there can only be one winner, but great job. And this is a lot of hard work represented here, and it's a lot of dedication and focus and discipline and pain and suffering and grinding it out in front of a computer for many, many hours. So thank you for putting that time in to give us some awesome stories. Great job. 24 Graves. I feel like that was a really strong submission.
Yeah.
All right, everybody.
Cool. Well.
We're going to bed.
Yeah.
Or actually,
I was up early.
how do you say we're going to bed in your strange language? Translated, we're going to bed.
Yeah.
Gosh, I think she should be a movie star. Anyways, take it easy, everybody. Thanks for hanging out, and we're going to bed.